It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 28th of May. I'm Michael Groff. The big weather headline around here will continue to be the heat, an excessive heat warning in effect through the weekend. Normal high temperatures creeping up toward the century mark, but we'll be a lot closer to those records you see there, especially on Friday and Sunday, maybe even breaking a record high one of those days. When might we see some relief from the heat, and are there any rain chances to talk about? Well, we'll get into it. First, the almanac from yesterday. 107 degrees was the afternoon high, 74 the morning low. The normals, 98 and 72. And outside now, here at 10:55 a.m., we've got sunny skies, 95 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 36, humidity 13%, the winds are light, and the barometer is steady. Temperatures out there this morning already very warm, 96 in Arcadia, 99 in Avondale, 100 in Goodyear, 101 in Scottsdale, 102 at Collier. Here's the upper air look, and you can see the culprit for all the heat. It's high pressure, and that will be the dominant weather feature for a while here across the desert southwest. However, there is an upper low to the west of that, and that will be moving toward the Southern California coast, providing some moisture and maybe some unsettled weather for the eastern mountains of our state. And here's the watch warning map. Of course, we have an excessive heat warning for the valley. That extends all the way through 8 p.m. on Sunday evening. Other areas in excessive heat warnings include Tucson, Casa Grande, Gila Bend, Yuma, Quartzsite, Parker, Kingman, Las Vegas, and into the deserts of Southern California. Also some excessive heat warnings for the valleys of Central and Northern California with heat advisories along the coast. Here's the convective outlook for today. The standard slight risk of severe storms to include places like Laredo, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi, as well as Tupelo, Mississippi, over toward Huntsville, Alabama. A good portion of the southeast and middle Atlantic coast in a marginal risk of severe storms. And taking a look at the tropics in the eastern Pacific, the National Hurricane Center has outlined that little wave down there off the Mexican coast as having a 40% chance of development over the next few days. And we always have to watch these systems. It's a little early in the season for that, but nevertheless, you never know. If you have a closed low off the west coast like we have, and the weather pattern favorable for advecting tropical moisture into the southwest, you want to keep an eye on these tropical features that may develop, so we'll keep you up to date on that. Here's the precipitation outlook for the next 7 days. No rain expected in the valley, and not much statewide, but there could be some light precip for the eastern mountains, the eastern rim country, parts of southeast Arizona. And we'll get into the details of what's going on, what the future may hold as we check out the models. Here we go to the GFS, the 12Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And of course, we start with the upper look at about 18,000 feet. And you know the deal by now. High pressure in control, a 591 ridge here over the southwest, and an upper low well to the west of the Southern California and Baja coast. What it all means for us down at the surface: sunny skies, a dry air mass, and hot. Highs this afternoon, 106 to 109. Tonight, clear skies, the air is dry, dew points mostly in the upper 20s to middle 30s, so overnight lows will drop into the 70s here in Phoenix. And then tomorrow, that aforementioned upper low continues to meander toward the Southern California coast. A little bit more moisture starts to make its way into northwest Mexico and maybe extreme eastern Arizona for an isolated thunderstorm there. Here in the valley, we have sunny skies and high temperatures, 109 to 112. By the way, the record high for tomorrow is 112, so we could tie it. Then on Saturday, a little bit more moisture continues to sneak in. Partly sunny skies here in the valley, still very hot. High temperatures right around 110. Same deal on Sunday. Isolated thunderstorms in the eastern mountains. That upper low now moves on to the Central California coast and ejects northward. But another low will follow in its wake along the coast early next week. But it's not going to change much here in the valley. Partly cloudy skies each day and high temperatures still pretty close to 110. And that continues into Monday. Those isolated storms over the eastern mountains, we stay hot. All right, let's go to Tuesday. Temperatures might back off a couple of degrees in response to the height fields falling off a little bit and that upper low continuing to be present here across the southwestern United States. Still some moisture shown over the eastern mountains. And could we see a storm try to get into the deserts? The GFS continues with this idea, but right now we're going to keep our forecast dry. We'll just call it partly sunny to mostly sunny each day, and high temperatures still on the hot side. Now, as we go to Wednesday, we'll drop temperatures off a little bit further, backing off toward about 100 to 103. and partly cloudy skies. Still might see some isolated thunderstorms in the eastern mountains. The GFS continuing to be a little bit more robust with moisture, showing this upper low lingering over the desert southwest. And we see that as we go to a week from today. This is Thursday the 4th. The upper low centered south of Vegas. If that's true, high temperatures would be below normal. We'd likely have highs in the low to mid 90s perhaps, and maybe isolated showers and thunderstorms here across central Arizona. But we've seen some different looks and different handling of this upper low. And, it's 7-8 days out, and we're talking about a closed low. So obviously the models are going to struggle with features like that. But still, the idea of somewhat cooler and perhaps unsettled weather isn't completely out of the question for the middle part of next week. Here we go out 10 days to the end of the period. This is Saturday, the 6th of June. Still have an upper low and associated trough off of the Pacific Northwest coast, a southwest flow here. Heights pretty close to where they should be for this time of year. So temperatures would be fairly close to average, upper 90s to about 102 or so. All right, checking out the precipitation coming off of the GFS ensemble. About half of the members do try to bring in some very light precip over the next 10 days or so. Some of those as early as tomorrow night or Saturday, but I really don't think we're going to see anything with that upper low to the west. Although some of the eastern mountains, again, could see some isolated showers and storms. Even at that, those storms would mostly be wind and lightning producers. All right, let's take a look at temperatures off the national blend of models. 112 is what it has us at for tomorrow. That would tie a record. 111 on Sunday would break a record if that comes to fruition. Otherwise, temps trending down as we head into next week. Just how low they get really depends on the evolution of the troughing along the west coast. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new video, you'll be alerted. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there. Stay cool. Drink plenty of water. Watch your kids around water. And you guys have yourselves a great Thursday.